official day of the Braintree Pickleball players, 8 dedicated pickleball courts. We have waited over 3 years to say that. This truly has been a community effort, and it demonstrates what can be accomplished when everyone works together as a team towards a common goal. We began playing here on one chalked pickleball court on the basketball side of the summer of 2014. Bob Lewis enjoyed playing pickleball so much in Florida. When he came back here, there was no pickleball. So he went to Nelson Chin, the director of Recreation Department, and Nelson bought us one portable net. And Bob and about 6 of his old racquetball buddies started playing pickleball over on the basketball side. And after about a couple weeks, a month, we had like 40 people playing. And so then eventually, by November, Bob went back to Nelson again and said, can we play inside? And by inside, then we had about 60 members. And we bought more nets, and it just kept growing and growing. Today we have 270 members. And we also have, just let me tell you, a pickleball website now. Thanks to Chris Ferranone, who isn't here today, I don't think, but go to braintreepickleball.org and you will see our schedule and pictures and information about us. So we're on the map now. I would just like to thank some of the people who made today possible, or these courts possible. Our mayor, Charles Kokoris. And who will say a few words in a minute. I would like to say on behalf of everyone here, a special thank you to Mayor for your strong support of this endeavor, right from the first time that we ever met you. I'm going to quote you, and I hope this is okay, because I'll never forget it. When we talked to you about building pickleball courts on the old tennis courts that were never ever used, you said, and I quote you all the time, tennis is so 70s. And a special recognition to Melissa Santucci Rossi. Where is she? Oh, that. She's the Director of Planning and Community Development, and also she heads the Community Preservation Committee. She's in charge of the jurisdiction, and she is the person that helped Jan Barris for weeks and weeks create an application that covered every aspect of the removal and replacement of these courts. Melissa backed us 100% right from the very beginning of the project. And a very special thank you to Jan Barris, who, she spearheaded this whole thing twice. The first time in 2019 and again in 2021, and she never gave up, and she was terribly perseverant, and she succeeded. Thank you. And also I'd like to thank the Town Council, and today representatives Julia Flaherty from District 1 and Elizabeth Baglio from District 3 are here. And Julia will speak in a minute also on behalf of the Town Council. And I also want to thank Chris Griffin, the Recreation Director, always supportive of us from day one. Whether it was the old courts or the new courts, it didn't matter. He was always helpful to us. And Dr. Kurzberg, Community Preservation Committee, right beside Chris. He also will say a few words, just a little bit from the Community Preservation Committee. And also just to thank all of our committee members, Frank Carney, Jan Barris, Linda Russell, Susan McNamara, Jack Imbruglia, Laura Nichols, Dick Green, Will Smith, and Mary Beth Imbruglia. No, she can't come. If I missed anybody, I apologize. I'm sorry. And lastly, lose my thing. And most important are all of you. You, the Braintree Pickleball players, who are here every day, who made this all possible. You in support us. You are the supportive people who wrote the letters to the town council. You wrote the letters to the mayor. You were here shoveling the courts off with snow in the wintertime. You've done everything that ever needs to be done, whether it's putting up the windscreens we used to have on the fences, the flags, all the stuff, that everything needs to be done. And we have more volunteers than we have jobs because you all pitch in. And it really does take a community to make this whole event successful. So I thank all of you as much as everybody else. So thank you all. And now I would like to introduce Mayor Kokoris. Do you need my notebook?
Thank you. Thank you to the two Jans. Let's hear it for the two Jans. All right? You know, it's amazing. As I was coming in, someone gave me a quote that we came in under budget and on time, right, for these courts. Thank you to the Fleming family. So it's just interesting. Many years ago, I attended this school, not when it was a high school. It was a junior high school. And it's beautiful to see the rejuvenation of not only the Darty gym on the inside and the new pickleball courts and the basketball courts. For me, and we're going to work on a baseball field, and we're going to work on getting some bathrooms. So you guys will have key to the important stuff. I'll just say that it couldn't be a more positive experience for me as mayor to have worked with you folks. From the very beginning, you know, just coming out here a few years ago with former Mayor Sullivan, I got some really good pictures of him playing. I'll send them to him. But, you know, just the positive energy that we saw that day, and then, you know, to have the opportunity as mayor to be able to create such a beautiful place. And this is what makes our Braintree community so wonderful, and you folks are the ones that bring that together. And when I look at how happy everyone is and how great the social aspect is, but also the exercise that this gives everyone, it's such a wonderful, wonderful sport. And I couldn't be happier to have been a part of this. And it's just funny because, you know, the 70s, everyone played tennis. I was terrible at it. So I figured I got a chance, maybe. I don't know. I've seen some of you guys play, and I don't know if I can move that fast, but I'll try. So I just want to say once again, for those of you that live in Braintree, this is one of our greatest assets today. And for those of you that come to visit Braintree, welcome to our beautiful courts. And together we are one community. We're one pickleball community, and will continue to be that. And I don't know if you say something like play ball or something, but whatever the term is, I just want to say thank you to everybody, and enjoy playing pickleball. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Now I'd like to introduce Julia Flaherty, Town Councilor from District 1.
Thank you. When a community loves something as much as Braintree loves pickleball, it shows. And when we were reviewing the pickleball court and the CPC expenditure for this, I can tell you that you guys show up not just to the pickleball courts, but you write to the counselors, and I have an entire file folder that says pickleball, and it's filled with more letters than I've gotten maybe on any other issue in Braintree. So we're so happy and proud to see all of you out here today. Exercise is important all your life, And I see how Braintree has embraced that with this sport, and it brings us together not just for our physical health, but it binds us together socially as a community. And that has a lot of value that sometimes gets overlooked. But I know that when you come to play pickleball here, you guys will embrace the most like neophyte, player that has ever come across, never held a racket. Mary Beth gave me lessons. People were like, I'll take her on my team. It'll be okay. And I learned a lot. And I love it too. And I haven't been able to fold it into my schedule as much as I'd like, but I can really understand what draws you here, and now there's even more space and plenty of people to fill it. So thanks for coming out, and please continue to do so.
Thank you, Julia. And she is a member. She's a paying member of Braintree Pickleball. And lastly, I'd like to introduce Dr. Kurzberg, who is from the Community Preservation Committee, that actually is the one who funded this whole event.
Thank you, Jan, and thank you, Jan. If you talk about perseverance, Jan Barrows is the epitome of perseverance and stick-to-itness, and it's really only through her driving force that what you have here today is available to you. On behalf of the Community Preservation Committee, which are 7 volunteer representatives from the town appointed by the mayor, glad to be able to be here today. As Jan said, this is one of our projects that was funded through the Community Preservation Committee, which, for those of you who are not familiar with it, this is a statewide initiative where communities can join and participate in the community preservation. So, not to raise a sore spot, but if you look at your taxes that come in, there's this 1% fee that town meeting approved of back in 2002 for money to go to the Community Preservation Committee for things like recreation, historic preservation, open space, and so this falls under that category. So we've been able to fund this. We were able to fund the Morrison Playground that recently opened. We were able to fund the purchase of land on Liberty Street and Grove, the corner of Liberty and Grove. And if you go to the community preservation site, state site, you'll be able to find Braintree, and you will see a whole list of projects that have been funded as a result of the residents of Braintree who thought all of those things would be very important. And there'll be some other projects coming online very shortly, but they're literally tens and tens of projects that have been funded over the years. So again, I want to thank the mayor for his support and the town council for moving this along, for Melissa, who helps out with the coordination of the committee, and I wish everybody a safe pickleball day. I told my wife I was coming over. She said, don't play, too many people get injured. And I said, well, we'll see. I'll take a lesson. So, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kurzberg. Now I would like to actually have the ribbon cutting ceremony, and I want everybody involved. So what I want to do is I want to take this whole row of people to come out. All of you go in back. I want a picture of the Braintree Pickleball Players sign with everybody underneath it, and this whole row will be in front. And now we're going to cut the ribbon. So, starting Mary Ellen, just start lining up against the fence, and everybody has to come out. You can go on both sides. You don't all have to be, like, you can be on both sides. The Braintree Pickleball players' side should be right in the middle.
Is everybody ready? Say pickleball on 3, and we're going to cut it. 1, 2, 3. Pickleball!
Okay, and lastly, Mayor, you don't say play ball. We say 002. Go play.
Really excited to have these new pickleball courts completed. You know, when things come in, requests come in, and you look at them on paper, it's nothing like what you see here. When we, when they finished building these, it was truly amazing. It's an amazing site. I hope everyone takes the time to come up here and take a look at them, and hopefully everyone will pick up a paddle and join the pickleball group that is up here. Most positive, social group that you'll ever meet, and they do so much great things for the community, and I really look forward to coming up here without my suit on and hitting the ball around a little bit.
My name is Susan McNamara. I'm a resident of Braintree and started playing pickleball in January 2015 with this great group of people as a way to have exercise, learn a new sport, and meet new friends. It's been great for me, and it's been great for the community in Braintree. And what I love about playing in pickleball in Braintree is that we give back to the community in many ways. We make improvements for the courts. We give donations to the local charities in the community. And as a member of the committee, we're very committed to expanding and making this a great program for all people in Braintree, but especially seniors or people over the age of 50. I also am a volunteer ambassador for the USA Pickleball organization, which means I'm here to promote the sport. And it is the #1 fastest growing sport in America. Every year we just keep expanding and expanding with people who love the sport for its camaraderie, its physical activity, and just the general well-being that it has. We're really thrilled here at Braintree to have these dedicated pickleball courts with just single lines. It makes a big difference in our game. When we started, we were always playing on multi-sport lines. We'd put pickleball chalk lines on top of basketball courts, tennis courts, etc., and bring our temporary nets and wheel them out every morning. Now we have these beautiful dedicated courts that are just so much more fun to play on and so much easier to see the ball, and we really feel like we're an elite group now because we have these wonderful courts to play on. Here in Braintree, our courts are filled every time we're open. It started off being a group of retirees, but now the sport is really expanded to younger people and youth people, and actually children in the schools are now learning pickleball, so we see it even expanding more, and we hope to work with the town and the school department to bring pickleball to Braintree.